Oh, good evening, morning, or afternoon, whatever time of day it is that you are viewing this. Welcome to your practice. As most of you know, my name is Dominic. Have you start off in a child's pose, please. So place your forehead on your mat, and your hips comes back to your feet. You can keep your knees together or apart, arms out in front of you, palms face down, or back behind you, palms face up. If your arms are out in front of you, then bend your elbows so that your forearms rest on the mat. And if you haven't done so yet, feel free to close your eyes. For some people, their hips are going to come and touch their heels and not for me. But try to prioritize your forehead on the mat over the hips on your heels. And wherever you're at with your breath, exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. Then take a gentle sigh like You're welcome to take this pose at any point. One of the beautiful things about doing an online practice is that you can press pause at any time and just take a break. Or you can flip over onto your back, whatever you choose to do. Maybe take another exhale. When you're ready, inhale through your nose. And then sigh. On an inhale, press one palm into your mat. Inhale to push yourself up so that you come up onto all fours for tabletop position. And set your knees in or out so that the hips are roughly in line with your knees. It's okay if the alignments aren't perfect. Just try to do the best that you can. You want to think shoulders over wrists. So some people are going to have to move their hands forward or backwards. And then spread your fingertips out nice and wide as you possibly can. Keep your gaze at the front of your mat. Then on an inhale, push your mat away. Look up towards the ceiling. Lift your hips up so there's a big arch in the back for cow pose. Exhale, tuck your chin in and round the spine for cat. On your own time, take some more of these cat-cow tilts. Exhale to push your mat away. On an inhale, lift your right arm up. If your neck's allowing, you can look up towards your right hand. And then exhale, thread the needle, so bring your right arm through the body. Place your right ear on the mat and bend your left elbow so that it's at a 90-degree angle. Right arm back up. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. If your neck's allowing, look up towards your top hand. And exhale, thread the needle, bring your left arm through. Keep the right elbow bent so it's at a 90-degree angle. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale. Come back to tabletop, take a few more rounds of cat-cow tilts. position. Exhale, tuck your toes in and lift your hips up nice and high so you get a nice upside down V shape for downward facing dog. And then start to pedal out your feet, so bend and straighten one leg and then the other. It's almost like you're riding a bicycle. And when you're ready to, find a place of stillness. And if you need to, you can use your fists instead of your palms, or you can lower down to your forearms. But look back between your feet. Feet should be roughly hips width distance apart. For most people, that's going to be enough space to fit your head in between there. So imagine you can fit your head between your feet. Then take a deep bend in your knees. Keep the deep bend as you start to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. And then from here, start to straighten your legs as much as you can. For some, maybe one day your heels will come down to your mat, but it's okay if the knees are still bent. You want your hands to be a roughly shoulder width distance apart, so it's okay to look up just for a moment to see if your hands are about that wide. It's okay if it's not exact. And spread your fingertips out wide, and then let your head just hang heavy. Then on an inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, slowly start to walk your feet up to meet your hands. And then when your feet are all the way up, take a nice sigh. Let yourself arrive. And start to rock the weight slightly forward so that your weight's in the balls of your feet. And you want to think feet roughly hips width distance apart. So for most people, that'll be two fists nice and snug together in between your fists. Let your upper body hang over your legs. If you'd like to, you can let your arms hang nice and loose like this. Or you can reach behind your legs and reach for opposite elbows. Or grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. Or you can interlace your fingers at the nape of your neck. If you need to bend your knees, that's perfectly okay, especially for this first one. Then on an inhale, place your hands on either your shins or your thighs. Come up for a half lift. Suck your belly up and in, and then bring your shoulders away from your ears and squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. Keep your gaze directly down. This is half lift. And then exhale, release back into the forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees and slowly, as slow as you can, roll all the way up to standing. And let's go all the way up. Take an exhale. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, shoulders back and down. Suck your belly up and in. Then inhale, bring your arms up by your ears. You can either bring them up like I'm doing, or you can bring them out to the side, your choice. Spread your fingertips out nice and wide. You want to keep the shoulders relaxed, so hunch your shoulders up by your ears for a moment, and then we're going to do the opposite, so relax the shoulders back down. If you'd like to, you can close your eyes or find a spot that's still to keep a soft gaze. And for mountain pose, imagine that you're growing all the way up towards the ceiling. Then if your eyes are closed, slowly open them. Inhale to look up, reach up, take a slight back bend. Exhale, hang heavy in a forward fold. One more time, or two more times actually. Inhale to slowly rise up, mountain pose. Exhale to arrive. Then Inhale, look up, reach up, take a back bend. Exhale for forward fold. Third set, inhale, rise up, mountain pose. 5. Inhale, look up, reach up, take a back bend. Exhale, forward fold. And from your forward fold, plant your palms and step your feet back so you're in an upward push-up plank position. I'm going to think that hips and thighs parallel to your mat. Shoulders roughly in line with the wrist, and spread your fingertips out nice and wide. On an inhale, push your mat away. Exhale, lower just halfway. Bend your elbows so that you can create a shelf for your rib cage. Then inhale, untuck your toes, straighten the elbows, keep the gaze forward, and keep your legs lifted. So it's instead of doing this, it's this for upward facing dog. And then exhale, hips up high, down dog. That's one variation of the flow. I'm going to show you another one. For the second option for the flow, inhale, have the upward push-up plank position. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Untuck your toes so the tops of the feet are on the mat, and squeeze your legs together. And then you want to think hands underneath the shoulders. So for most people, walk your hands back. Keep your chin on the mat. Then on an inhale, only lift the upper body. Cobra pose. And then exhale, come into down dog. Whichever version of the flow works best for you is perfectly fine. From down dog, inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, bring the knee in towards your nose and silently step your foot between your hands. Pivot your back heel down so that the foot's at roughly a 45-degree angle. And then adjust your stance so that the right knee is roughly in line with the ankle. Tent up onto the fingertips. And move the right hip back, left hip forward. It's a very subtle movement, but it makes a difference. Then inhale to slowly rise up for warrior one. Think mountain pose from the waist up. If you'd like to, you can close your eyes, or you can find a place that's still, your choice. But you want to keep your back leg strong, so squeeze the back leg muscles and suck the belly up and in. On an inhale, look up, maybe start to reach up, take a back bend. Exhale, release your hands down to your mat, step your foot back, and take yourself through whichever version of the flow you like. And once you're in down dog, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee towards nose, silently step your foot between the hands. Pivot your back heel down. Left knee in line with the ankle. You can adjust your stance if you need to. And tent up onto your fingertips, and this time it's left hip back, right hip forward, as best as you can. Then inhale, slowly rise up, warrior one, left side. Keep your back leg nice and strong. Set the belly up and in. Find a spot that's not moving to keep a soft gaze at, or choose to close your eyes, your choice. Inhale, look up, reach up, maybe take a back bend. Exhale, release your hands to the mat, step your foot back and take yourself through the flow. And once you're in down dog, exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. Then sigh it out. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee towards nose. Silently step your foot between your hands. Back heel down. Inhale, rise up. Second set, warrior one. Take an exhale to arrive. Then inhale, Look up, reach up, take a back bend. Exhale, release your hands to the mat, step your foot back and take yourself through a flow. From down dog, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee towards nose, silently step your foot between your hands. Back heel down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one, left side. Take an exhale to arrive. Inhale, look up, reach up, take a back bend. Exhale, release your hands to the mat. Step your foot back and take yourself through a flow. From down dog, exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. And a gentle sigh. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee towards nose. Silently step your foot between your hands. Back heel down. Inhale, rise up for warrior one. Then on an exhale, open up for warrior two. Right arm forward, left arm back. Keep your back foot at a 90-degree angle. And take a nice big wide step so that your right knee can sink, is in line with your right ankle, but you can still sink into the hips. Arms out to your sides, gaze over the right shoulder. Try to reach in opposite directions. You can close your eyes if you'd like to, or just keep a soft gaze at something still to your right side. And then on an exhale, lower your right forearm to your right thigh, left arm up towards the ceiling. If your neck's allowing, you can look up towards your left hand. On an inhale, start to reach up as high as you can towards the ceiling. And then exhale, release your hands down to frame your foot. And you can step your back foot in if you need to. And then start to straighten your right leg. Toe heel the right foot out to the right a few inches. Then on an inhale, extend your spine forward. It's almost like we did in the half lift earlier. And then exhale, lower the upper body over your right leg. It's okay if your right knee is a little bit bent, but try to keep it as straight as possible for pyramid pose. Then on an inhale, left hand down, right hand up to the ceiling. Exhale, if your neck's allowing, you can look up towards your right hand. Then place your right hand at the base of the spine and try to move your right hip down. And then when you're ready to, bring your right arm back up. Try to reach up as high as you can. Exhale, release both hands to the instep of your right foot. So your two hands are next to your big toe. Then grab onto the right ankle. On an inhale, lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. If neck's allowing, you can look up towards your left hand for triangle pose. Try to reach up as high as you possibly can. And then exhale, release your hands down to your mat. Step your feet back and take yourself through a flow. From down dog, inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, knee towards nose, silently step the foot between your hands. Back heel down. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, step heel open for warrior two. Left arm forward, right arm back. Keep your back foot at a 90-degree angle. For most people, that's a straight line from the pinky down to the heel, or as straight as possible. Take a big wide stance. Allow yourself some space to sink into the hips. Look over that left shoulder. comes to your left thigh. Inhale, right arm up to the ceiling. If next allowing, look up towards the right hand and reach up as high as you can. And then exhale, bring both hands to frame the left foot. Adjust your stance if you need to. Start to straighten the left leg. Inhale, extend your spine forward. Exhale, lower your upper body over the left leg. Left leg as straight as possible, but it's okay if the knee's bent a little bit. And close your eyes for a moment. Then on an inhale, keep the right hand down, left arm up towards the ceiling. If next allowing, look up towards your top hand. Exhale, place your left hand at the base of the spine. Then move your left hip down. Inhale, left arm back up to the ceiling. Try to reach up as high as you can. Exhale, release both hands to the instep of your left foot. So it's foot, hand, hand. Then use your left hand and grab onto the left ankle. Inhale, right arm up to the ceiling. If next allowing, look up towards the top hand. Try to reach up as high as you can. And then exhale, release the hands to your mat, step your foot back and take yourself through a flow. Once you're in a down dog, exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. And sigh. Bend your knees and slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands. Once your feet are all the way up, exhale, release into forward fold. Inhale up for a half lift. Then exhale for forward fold. Check to make sure your feet are hips width distance apart again. For most people, 2 fists snug between the arches. And then we'll start to rock your weight back and forth. Find a place where it feels like your weight's pretty even in your feet. And rock the weight back just slightly. On an inhale, sit your hips low. Upper body back, arms by your ears, palms face one another for chair pose. Suck your belly up and in and bring the upper body back. Then look down at your toes. If you can't see them, move your knees back a little more. It's okay if this is not a very low chair. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. You can either gaze at something still or close your eyes, your choice. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, release. Forward fold. Inhale, hips low, upper body back, arms by your ears, so palms face one another. Second set, chair pose. Go to a place that feels challenging for you. Maybe close your eyes or not. Notice what comes up for you in this pose. For most people, it's not an easy pose, and just notice how you respond to it. Then exhale, release into forward fold. Inhale, hips low, upper body back. This time, arms out in front of you, palms face down. So just like the chair pose, except with your arms out in front of you. Keep the gaze at something still. And start to tent up onto your tippy toes. Lift your heels up as high as you can. Remember to suck the belly up and in. This will protect your low back. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, release. Inhale up for a half lift. Exhale, release into forward fold. From forward fold, Let your palms step your feet back and take yourself through a flow. Exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. Sigh it out. Bend your knees and slowly walk your feet up to meet your hands. Take an exhale and heavy in a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale for forward fold. And from forward fold, inhale. Slowly rise all the way up into mountain pose. Then shift the weight into your left leg. Start to squeeze the leg so it's nice and strong. And then on an inhale, lift your right leg up and using the right hand, grab onto the right ankle. And you can either place your foot on the inside of your thigh, or you can choose to point your toes and bring your foot up a little bit higher so it's closer to the hip, and then move that right knee down. This is very uncomfortable for my knee, so I choose not to do that one. If you fall, just get back into it. Find a place that's still. And keep a soft gaze. For tree pose. If you'd like to, you can bring your left hand to heart center. Maybe you bring your right hand as well. Hold for 3. Get back into it. 2, 1, and then exhale, release. Inhale, arms up for mountain pose. Exhale to arrive. Inhale, look up, reach up, take a back bend. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale up, half lift. Exhale, release for forward fold. Inhale, slowly rise all the way back up into mountain pose. When you're ready, take an exhale. Lift the left leg up. And on an exhale, use the left hand, grab onto the left ankle. You have the same options. You can place the sole of your foot on the inside of your thigh, or you can choose to point your toes and then lift it up a little higher so that your left foot is on your hip. If you like, you can stay here. Find a space that's still and keep a soft gaze. This will help with the balance. Or you can move the right hand to your chest. Maybe you move the left hand up and bring both hands to prayer position. Or not. And then exhale, release. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale to arrive. Inhale, look up, reach up, take a back bend. Exhale, release for forward fold. Inhale up, half lift. Exhale, release, forward fold. Take a deep bend in your right knee. Keep the left leg straight. You're going to place the right hand underneath your nose. Inhale, left arm up to the ceiling. If your neck's allowing, look up towards your top hand. Start to reach up as high as you can. If you like, you can stay here, or you can drop your left arm down your back and reach for your right thigh. And if you want a little bit more, then press your right elbow on the inside of your right knee and thread your right arm through your right leg and reach for your fingertips. It's okay if you just grab your clothing. Whatever your choices though, keep your shoulders away from your ears, so try to bring your shoulders down. And inhale to twist up. Exhale, release. And heavy forward fold. Inhale, left knee bent, right leg straight. Left hand down, right hand up. If next allowing, look up towards your top hand. Stay here if you like, or drop your top arm down your back. Reach for the left thigh. You can stay here if you like, or place your left elbow on the inside of the left knee. Thread the left arm through the leg and start to reach for your fingertips. Inhale to twist up to the ceiling. Exhale, release for forward fold. Inhale up, half lift. Exhale, hang heavy in a forward fold. From your forward fold, let your palms step your feet back. Take yourself through a flow. From down dog, exhale the air out. Inhale through the nose. Sigh it out. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee towards nose. Silently step your foot between your hands. Lift your back heel up and adjust your stance so that the right knee comes over the right ankle. Then on an inhale, slowly rise up into high crescent lunge. Arms by your ears. Palms face one another. It's just like Warrior One, except your back heel's lifted, so squeeze the leg nice and strong and think mountain pose from the waist up for high crescent lunge. Keep the gaze at something still, or try to close your eyes. For this one, I prefer to keep my eyes open, but just personal preference. And then on an exhale, place your hands together at heart center. Inhale to lift your chest up like you're nice and proud. And then exhale, place your left elbow on the outside of the right knee and start to twist up to the ceiling. On an inhale, twist as much as you can. Exhale, come back to center. If you wobble or fall, it's okay, just get back in it. Inhale, arms up for crescent lunge. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Lower your back foot all the way down and untuck the toes so that the top of the back foot's on the mat. Start to straighten your right leg. Your left hip is going to naturally go back. If you need to adjust your stance, you can. Keep the right toes pointed. A lot of people will feel a stretch on the top of the right foot. Some people don't, but some people do. It's from walking and driving primarily. And then lift the sole of your foot up so that your toes are flexed in towards your face. Whenever you're ready to, on an exhale, lower your upper body down. Hands can be anywhere that's comfortable for you. Today I'm really feeling palms face down, but you can make fists or tent up on your fingertips, whatever works for you. For half splits, if you have a full splits in your practice, you have the option to do that. And then exhale, tuck your toes in, lift your hips up high, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee towards nose, silently step your foot between your hands. You can adjust your stance if you need to, because you'll need space to sink into the lunge, but still keep the left knee over the left ankle. Back heel lifted. Inhale, slowly rise up. High crescent lunge. Squeeze your back leg nice and strong and suck the belly up and in. You can keep your eyes closed or open if you'd like to. hands to heart center. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, twist to the left this time. So place that elbow, right elbow, outside of the left knee. Then on an inhale, twist up to the ceiling. Exhale, slowly come back to center. Inhale up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, release your hands to the mat. Lower your back leg all the way down and untuck your toes so that the top of the foot's on the mat. Adjust your stance if you need to, and place the hands anywhere that's comfortable. Let your head be nice and heavy. Some people like to double their mats up for this one. That's an option as well. Leg, the right hip will come back naturally on its own. You want to think right hip roughly in line with right knee. And point your toes. Find a place that's comfortable for your hands. And on an inhale, lift the sole of your foot up, flex the toes in towards your face. Exhale, lower your upper body over the left leg. Let your head be nice and heavy. Same option, you can try full splits if you want to, or you can stay here like I'm doing in the half splits. Into the other, into the mat, come into tabletop position in whatever way works best for you. Exhale to arrive. Inhale up, cow. Exhale, cat. And take a few more of these cat-cow tilts. Up high, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee towards nose. Silently step your foot between your hands. Inhale up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, place your hands on your hips and gaze down at the front of the mat. Start to shift the weight forward, so much so that your back leg lifts up. Flex your toes in towards your face, and for just a moment, keep your right leg bent. You want to suck your belly and lower upper body down, back leg up. And then from here, start to straighten the right leg as best as you can. You can keep your hands on your hips or arms behind you, palms face down, together at heart center. Or you can reach your arms out in front of you, palms face one another. Upper body down, back leg up. And then exhale, come into high crescent lunge. Inhale, reach up, look up, take a back bend. Exhale, release your hands to the mat. Step your foot back, take yourself through a flow. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee towards nose, silently step your foot between your hands. Inhale up, high crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to hips. Gaze at the front of your mat. Then on an inhale, shift your weight so far forward that your back leg lifts up. Flex your toes in towards your face. Keep the knee bent as you think. Back leg up, upper body down, belly sucked in. Keep your hips, hands here if you'd like to, or behind you, palms face down, or together at heart center, or out in front of you, palms face one another. Maybe from here, start to straighten the leg. Back leg up, upper body down. Exhale, high crescent lunge. Inhale, look up, reach up, take a back bend. Exhale, release your hands to the mat. Step your foot back and take yourself through a flow. From down dog, exhale the air out. Inhale through the nose. Side out. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee and place the shin behind your wrists. Lower the back leg down, untuck your toes so the top of the foot's on the mat. Then tent up onto your fingertips. Move the right hip back, left hip forward. And if this pose is not going to work for you, you can choose to come to lying on your back for figure 4. Bend the left knee, but keep the foot on the mat. As you place the right ankle on your left thigh, just above your knee, and start to push the knee back. If you like to, you can stay here, or you can interlace your fingers behind your left leg and pull your hips towards you. Some people like to straighten their leg for figure 4. So you have the option between figure 4 or half pigeon, or if there's another one that you know of, feel free to take that as well. And then for half pigeon, whenever you're ready to lower the upper body down, find a place for your forehead to rest on the mat. If you haven't done so already, close your eyes. Take nice long exhales, make space for fresh oxygen. And this is a hip opener pose, and since our hips do so much for us all throughout our lives, including storing emotions for some people, as well as a lot of day-to-day motions, just know that whatever comes up for you in this pose is whatever needs to come up, and that's okay. Exhale the air out. Inhale through the nose. Then sigh it out when you're ready, like a Then inhale, press one palm into your mat. Then the other, push yourself all the way back up. And in whatever way works best for you, come back into downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee and slowly place the shin behind the wrists. Lower your back leg down. Untuck your toes so the top of the foot's on the mat. You have the option for figure 4 as well on this side if you like to. Then tent up onto your fingertips. Move the left hip back, right hip forward. And then exhale to slowly lower the upper body over your legs. Eyes closed. Exhales nice and long. Notice if this side feels any different from you, or if it feels similar than the other side. Either one is okay. It's just something to notice. Exhale your air out. Inhale through the nose. Sigh like Then inhale, press your hands into your mat, come all the way back up. And then come into whatever seated position is most comfortable for you. It can be cross-legged, or you can sit on your heels like I am, or you can choose to sit in a lotus or a half lotus pose, your choice. And then once you've arrived, you can place your hands on your thighs, palms face up or palms face down. Or some people like to bring their hands together at heart center, or place your hands at your third eye. Your choice. Eyes closed for hero's pose. Just notice where your thoughts go for this pose. And pay attention to the breath. So long exhales and make space for the inhales to happen. And whenever you're ready to slowly open your eyes up, come back into the space. And then start to shift your weight so that you can press one heel on your mat and then the other. Arms out in front of you, palms face one another. And then as slow as you can, lower your upper body all the way down to the mat. Step your feet in enough so that you can actually feel the backs of your heels with your fingertips. Keep your arms extended, palms face down. Then from here on an inhale, lift your hips up, then tuck your chin in towards your chest. Squeeze your glutes. Start to lift your hips up more. This is bridge pose. Hold for 3, maybe hips up higher. 2, 1, and then exhale, release. Inhale, hips up, squeeze the glutes, bridge pose, chin to chest. Maybe lift the hips up higher if you can. Hold 3, 2, 1, and exhale, release. You have the same option to take a third set of bridge, or you can choose to do a wheel. If you've never done wheel before, please watch me first. So for a wheel, you want to check your feet again. Make sure you can touch the backs of your heels. And then you're going to flex your hands in towards your face so that your fingertips are going to face you, because your hands are going to be like this. Then place your hands underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingertips out nice and wide. And then on an inhale, push everything away, so big arch in the back. If you need to correct your hands, you can lower down and do so. And then get back into the pose. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Hug your knees into your chest and reach for opposite elbows. You can rock side to side a little if you like to. And then start to rock back and forth. Then rock so far forward that you come all the way up to sitting. Extend your legs out in front of you. And then walk your glutes out, or you can use your hands, so that you're sitting on your sits bones. And flex your toes in towards your face. And for a first Bend the knees. You take a nice generous bend if you'd like to. Then on an inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, lower the upper body down and grab onto either shins, ankles, or the feet works too. Let the head be heavy. Stay here if you like, or you can start to straighten one leg and then the other. If your legs are straight though, you want to make sure that your chest is pressed up against your thighs. If you want more, bend your elbows out to the sides and pull your upper body towards your feet. And if you want a little more, try to interlace your fingers behind your heels. Exhale, release. And press the soles of your feet into your mat. Squeeze your legs together for this one. Arms out in front of you. Palms face one another. And as slow as you can, lower your upper body all the way down. Arms by your sides, palms face up. And straighten the legs, let the heels fall open apart. You can keep your arms by your sides, or you can place one hand on your heart, the other hand on your stomach. For final Shavasana pose. Thank you so much for doing your practice. I do teach this as a donation-based class, so whatever you're able to donate is greatly appreciated. And I will include my Venmo and PayPal information in the description below, as well as in the email if you are on my email list. Inhale, feel your belly rise up. And when you're ready, sigh like Thank you so much for your practice. I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day or evening, and I encourage you to stay in final Shavasana for as long as you can. Blessed be. Namaste.